Okay, so we've done our first layer to define the scales in the purple. Now we're gonna go a little bit lighter and layer further on. I want to bring out some colors in different parts of the scales that won't be in other parts. So let's do that. So I'm gonna try this light blue here. I'm not sure how the effect is going to be, so I'm just giving it a shot. I have my brush size somewhere around 30% and my opacity is almost all the way up. Just maybe a bigger brush size. There we go. So now I'm going to layer even lighter on top of that purple. I still want that purple to shine through. This is what I do to get a lot of the effects that I get asked about, actually, is I layer color. It does take a while. Same when I'm doing hair, I layer hair tones. And remember what I said, I really want the light to come through at the surface of where the light is kind of going around the dragon. I do want it to be very luminescent over here. Oops. I'm adjusting the brush size and the opacity as I go. As you can see, I'm staying mostly towards the rim, but I am gonna go in a little bit on a lighter note, a little bit further in. I'm pressing very lightly. And the light just kind of naturally is going to reflect. Just want to blend this one out a bit, this scale. Okay. Go back to my light blue that I was using, and I'm going to put it in other areas, but it's going to be a very light touch. I'm not pressing hard, and I'm not adding it to every single scale like I did the purple. I'm just kind of adding it to ones where I think light would be kind of glistening. And I'm also not just leaving it really rough, I'm going back in and blending it with the purple as well. I want it to look blended. I don't want it to look like just sticking out like a sore thumb type deal. I want it to look blended. Oops. You can see how some of those scales are just kind of popping now with that little bit of blue, and it doesn't take much. You don't have to press hard. You don't have to press hard. In fact, I'm pressing very lightly. The pencil tool can achieve some amazing things. With some patience and creativity. Yeah, I'm really liking the way this is turning out. The reason why I say that is because I had a vision in my mind what color I wanted this dragon to be. And it's turning out lovely so far. I gotta watch because I'm all thumbs when I zoom in and out. I always leave unintentional marks on my works, so I always have to watch out for that. And if you do, there's a lot of ways to fix errors. First of all, there's the undo button, which I'm sure everyone knows about. And then if you don't notice it till later, there's definitely ways to fix those minor errors. Just gonna bring my brush size up a bit. I know it's a small area, but I just want to be able to touch the scale kind of once, cover enough area, and then kind of back off. And just watch your pressure. If you want to see a difference between a heavy pressure and the light pressure that I'm using, and I'm just blending it out with the purple a little bit. I will show you. So here's coloring and adding blue to a scale very lightly. Here's pressing very hard. Don't press hard. You don't want this look. You want a blended, natural look. I'm just gonna actually take this dark blue, darken it up a bit. I'm just gonna go around this neckline a bit here. Let's do this part. I'm just going over the scales in this small area, but I'm not going over a lot of them. It's kind of to the back of the dragon, so I just want to get the color in there, but I don't want it to stand out too much. Just want to look cohesive with the rest of the picture. Just gonna grab my dark blue here. Just gonna darken up this little area. So I've got some blue back there. Now I'm going to go over the ear. Okay, so far we've done 3 colors. Still got to do a little bit more with this blue, but we're doing 3 colors, and we're gonna do a couple more as well. We're gonna have some fun with this. I'm not adding the blue everywhere like I did with the purple. I am using it in a lot of places, but I'm not worried about going over every scale, as the scales are already defined from that lovely purple that I used. So now we're adding some more color to this dragon. Okay. In any places, like I just noticed that scale was a little bit too much. You can always adjust things. It's the nice thing about it. So, I didn't really do anything with this here. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of over here. I'm using the purple. I went back to the purple. I'll be going back and forth with colors as I feel I need them, but there's going to be main colors for these scales. Okay. Now I'm going to grab this bright pink. I'm going to very lightly with the pink, like even lighter than when I did the other colors. I'm just going to brush this pink along some of these scales. Not all of them. This pink color, I'm using it as a highlight. And don't be afraid to go back to your other palettes that you used and blend out colors if it looks a little bit off. And all I'm doing is kind of zooming in and out. You really want to check your work and make sure you're getting the effect that you want. You can see I made a line here. I didn't want to make. Again, I'm not adding the pink to all the scales, and I'm just adding it very, very gently. I want like this shiny scale, like very, very beautiful dragon I want to color here. I'm gonna color her. I want to make her beautiful. Could be a he, but in my picture, it's going to be a her. I really like the way that pink looks on it. So I'm going to do the same thing, going down and gently, almost like you're barely even touching it really. You just want that color to show up. And like I said, you don't have to do every scale, just get that color in there. Then we got a pink up here too. So how many colors is that now? We did the dark blue, the purple, the light blue, and now we did the pink. I'm going to use one more kind of fun color, I think. I don't have it here. I'm going to have to go get it. I just think it's going to be amazing with these colors I got going for highlighting. So let's go get it. It's going to be in the regular Pigment palettes. And it's going to be down at the Neon palette. I have similar colors like this as well, but I'm just going to grab this one because I know it's what I want. Using this like fluorescent type green. I put the opacity all the way up. And this I'm going to be mostly adding to the edges of scales. And when you lay this down, stick to the edges of the scales. You don't want to ruin the coloring that you've done. With those other layers. And don't add it to everyone again, just random. I'm just doing here random. I'm putting it more in areas for highlighting. So areas that the light's gonna kind of really accentuate and kind of make like an iridescence off the dragon. Now we're really gonna see these scales pop. Do you see how that blue is working? Or the greeny blue? If a line doesn't look right, it's most likely because you're going a little bit against the grain. Make sure you're going in the right direction with your highlights. If it looks off, Most likely it is off. And we're just kind of highlighting a little bit around the mouth. Kind of darkening up the nostril there. And then some of the lines I'm going to go over with this dark color. It's almost black. It's like a dark purple. Darkest purple you can go. That's what I mean. See, I started out with my darkest color, but now I'm still going in between certain areas with a darker color. There's no rules here. It's whatever you think looks best. Okay. Get some a little bit of a darker shade going behind the ear here. To the ear. You're gonna have to get back here a little bit. These blues and pinks. Okay. So the scales are looking pretty good, I would say. I'm just noticing some areas that can be improved a little. Okay. So we'll leave the scales for now. Those scales. We're going to move on to this right here. Now, for this, I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm going to try and use like a light blue on a low scale. And I'm going to take out my airbrush here, and I'm gonna start pressing in this highlight. I was gonna color over the whole thing and just make it all like, but you know what? The more I was doing the scales, the more I thought the coloring for this was actually quite appropriate. This almost like bluey color. So I'm just gonna add my highlights in and my shadows. I'm gonna grab this purple all the way on dark, my airbrush, and I'm just gonna contour this cheek line of the dragon here. Now I'm actually going to go and pluck my white. I want a little bit of that blue in there, but I don't want so much of it that it looks blue. Now there's little white dots in there, so I'm actually gonna grab my laser. I'm gonna put it all the way down, all the way up for opacity. And I'm just gonna get these little dots here. And I'm just going over these lighter dots here that are already kind of made in the scales of the belly. Back to my airbrush. Back over these lines. Put my black out. And just kind of follow along this line here. I'm just going to try something with the light purple here. And pink. Just trying a couple things here, mixing up color. Not really actually 100% sure what color I want this belly to be, so I'm just trying some things. And when I find something I like, I'll stop. I think that's okay for now. If I want to do some more with it, I can later, but for now, I think that this is fine. I think I might change actually now that I'm looking at it. That's got to be changed. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, correction, is I'm going to highlight outside of the scale with white. That I was done, and then I find more stuff I want to do. That's better. So I just kind of highlighted the neck. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with it, I'm not going to lie. But I like the way it turned out now. I kind of highlighted the outside. I got a little bit of dimension going on here with the colors. So I'm pleased with it. Now let's move on to the eyes. So I'm actually going to go back to my colors, and I'm going to get out my dragon's eye color, these colors, and then I'm going to color this dragon eye. So I'm going to grab that green, I'm going to fill in this eye with that green. You really gotta zoom in for this because around the eye is so dark. Can't really tell where it begins and ends. So I'm just zooming in, trying to get this whole eye to appear. So our dragon is going to have a green eye. Now I'm just going to grab this black. Just going to get in the corner, kind of above, with the shadow. I'm going to grab this light green. I'm going to just kind of put it in there very lightly. Now I'm using the airbrush. Love this black bag. Just kind of want to make that pupil better here. Okay. Now I'm going to go get a really fluorescent green. I could use the rainbow one, I guess. I'm going to go to my laser tool, and we're going to make these eyes pop. So I've just added the light strokes in on a high opacity, low brush size. Then I lowered my opacity and raised my brush size just to add some definition to the outer area of the eye, pressing very gently. And I'm going to raise it back up. I'm just kind of put in some areas. And my black again, just to go over pupil. Really do want that pupil black. I'm just going to go around the eye with black. I'm just reshaping the pupil a bit. And then grabbing white. And just adding a glare to the pupil. And to the eye. So the eye is done. I might touch it up later, but I'll leave it for now. I did the eye with the airbrush because it'll kind of, and the laser tool. Laser tool I use to add the sparkle and shimmer to the eye. Lots of people ask me how I do the eyes for my portraits and whatnot. Okay. And a big part of it is using the laser. So now I'm going to get to the horns of this creature here. And I'm going to color match this orangey color if I can get it right. I really want to have like almost like an orange in these horns. So I'm just gonna go and color them all in. Get rid of the blue, get rid of all the colors from when we shaded the scales. I'm using the airbrush and just color matched the color at the base of the horns. And it's almost like a beigey orange. I'm going to get some more color in here. We're going to do some layering, but for now I just want to fill in the color that I want for these horns. Choose this color, and it's almost like a skin color, really. doing is filling in these guys. Definitely takes time to get a layered effect when you're coloring, but totally worth it. I just want to fix something over here. It's kind of bothering me. I just really wasn't digging the blue on the edge the more I was looking at it. I just wasn't digging it. I'm just going to blend it out. The more I was looking at it, I just didn't like it. And that's okay. Easy to change, really. That's much better. And I'm just going to go over a couple of these sparkles that I lost in the scales. I'm changing the color so many times. Sorry to backtrack, but if I'm not digging it, there's a reason. I'm just using the laser to highlight the outer scale. Use on eraser again. Wondering why it wasn't looking like laser. I just kind of didn't like the blue because it should have some light reflection the more I was thinking about it because of the light coming from over here. So that's why I came back and changed it. There, that's much better. And you're allowed to do that. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind when you're coloring. If you find you have a better idea, go for it. Now I'm just highlighting the scales down the chest so they look like they're almost shining. Now I'm just going to do one more thing and then we'll get back to what we were doing over there. I just want to grab that black and I want to put it in a bit darker. Okay. Good to go. I'm happy with that for now. Unless I change my mind again. So let's get back to coloring these horns, what we were actually doing. And I'm just going to continue filling them in. I just got to fill in this last one here. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I will finish the horns, I'll start on the leaves and the butterfly and all the other fun stuff. Be back soon.